welcome back to our Maserati F1 Manager Series as you join us today for race 2 in the second season 2026, as we will be heading to China in just 4 days time. And that comes off the back of the season opener in Australia, where the Saturday was probably a little bit better on the Sunday. So we thought we were on for double points, but the race pace just wasn't there. But we have to take the positives. We finished dead last in Australia last year. Franco Colapinto did pick up 8 points, so still a great start for us to get points in that first race. But as I say, the Saturday suggested we might be on for better, but I think as the race went on, it really showed that other cars probably struggled with traffic during Saturday qualifying. So our race pace not quite there, but we should be on the fringes of the points, and we've got development work to do on the car. So hopefully we can start to challenge, well, we will be challenging regularly for points, I hope, moving up closer to those podium places as well. But let's see what we have to do off track before getting into this second race of the season in China. Okay, we have got a new ATR period, so straight away we do want to start some more design work, and that's going to be another underfloor, very heavy on the underfloor again. And where are we looking? So medium speed needs a little bit of work. Nothing too major. Let's bring that minimum lifespan right down. Yeah, I like that. Let's go with that. One engineer, $1 million. Let's also get another front wing on the car. And let's go pretty heavy again on that. Obviously, the minimum lifespan we don't bring all the way down for the front wings, but we will do that. And let's go for something like that. One engineer, $1.8 million. We've done a rear wing, haven't we? Let's get a chassis on the go as well. And let's go with that. Minimum lifespan right down. And we'll go quite heavy on this. What's our engine cooling looking like? Not great, is it, to be fair? Right, let's go with that again. One engineer on normal, and then finally let's get some side pods on the go as well. Use the remaining CFD and wind tunnel time, and minimum lifespan right down again, and drag reduction. Want to try and get that quite high without losing too much here. Right, let's go with that. One engineer, normal, 33 days. So we've got full designs in the works. Going to take 44 days. So the car is as is until we get probably to round 4, I'd suggest, where we're going to see another really big upgrade package for us and see if that can propel us closer to those podium places. Okay, we've arrived at the Chinese Grand Prix then, and let's set our target. It's going to be 18th or higher with Colapinto. It's going to be 18th or higher with both drivers as always. So let's head to practice and then into qualifying. Practice in China completed, and great work on Maloney's side of the garage. 100% car setup, but unfortunately we couldn't get Colapinto in the window, so only at 88%. Still high on driver confidence for both. A little bit of work to do for Colapinto, although we're not really going to change much, if anything, here. We could change slightly, I guess, the traction. We could go with that. But I guess the only problem here is it's going to be untested. But let's go for that. It might put him in a window for the race, but it might compromise his qualifying. But let's see how we go then as we head to qualifying now. Okay, just completing our first runs then in Q1. Maloney's done a 23.9 first sector, 23.6 for Colapinto, so 3 temps up, then a 28.4, 28 flat for Colapinto. So Colapinto, as Maloney's had traffic, is absolutely dominant over Maloney in these first runs. So Maloney's got work to do. Colapinto now rounding this hairpin. But Maloney got the left-hander, then he'll head to the line. But looks like he'll definitely have to go again. Will Colapinto have to go again? Maloney across the line, then he sets the pace at a 1:32.6. Colapinto, though, a 1:31.4, 1.1 seconds quicker. And, yeah, Maloney definitely will have to go again Okay, checker flag has fallen. Maloney is in the drop zone. We didn't send Colapinto back out. He's safely through. Maloney is going quicker through the first 2 sectors. He's got to find 3 to 4 attempts to get through here. So let's see. Alpine really struggling. Gasly and Pourchaire both out. It looks like as Ocon goes to P10. So yeah, 4 attempts it looks like we probably have to find, depending on what K-Mag, Hulkenberg and Bortoletto do. Unless they're finished. Maloney crosses the line, and that's the lap he needed, and he's going to be safely through. So both drivers safely through to Q2. And also we have uncovered the setup for Colapinto, and we have improved that to 92% going into Q2. So that is very nice indeed. Okay, drivers out then on their second flying laps. The first flying lap was on a used set of tyres. We're now on a fresh set of softs, but Maloney's not gone quicker through that first sector. So 24.1. 23.6 for Colapinto, so Maloney half a second off in that first sector alone. Second sector is a 28.0 for Colapinto. What is Maloney going to do through there? 28.1, a little bit closer, but he's 6 tenths off now. He did go a lot quicker than Colapinto, to be fair, through that first run. But he's quite a bit down on this second one. Maloney is in P9 at the moment. We're expecting drivers to improve, though. One of those is going to be Colapinto. Can he put this into the top 10 then? Franco across the line. Yes, he can. Only just, though. And Maloney's not going to go quicker then. He is ahead of Colapinto, so it's really on Sainz, Mick Schumacher here. Here comes Sainz. Does he improve enough? Carlos Sainz, no. And Mick Schumacher is the final car. Looks like we might get both cars through to Q3 here then. Mick Schumacher towards the line. DRS open. Is he going to improve? He does, but not enough. Wow, he did improve quite a bit there. Just 1/100th of a second, basically, of knocking Colapinto out there. But Colapinto, Maloney through. Danny Rick in the Mercedes out in Q2. Currently on our first runs on used tyres, and Maloney on his flying lap. First corner has had a big lockup.
The car locks up.
So he's not going to set a time in this first run. Okay, on our final flying laps then, Maloney is a 23.6 first sector. It's 23.6 with Colapinto. Maloney just up. It's a 28.1 second sector. 27.9. So Colapinto about a tenth or 2 tenths up on Maloney. But it's very tight between our 2 drivers. What can Maloney do? He's going to be first across the line here. We've got to find a load, so I don't think we're going to be much higher than 9th and 10th here. Maybe 8th on Lawson. Maloney can't beat Colapinto. Colapinto should go quicker here. By how much? Colapinto? By about 3 tenths of a second, so still 3 tenths off the top 7. What is Liam Lawson up to here? He is on a flying lap. He's not gone quicker through the second sector, though. So is Liam Lawson going to jump both drivers, split us, or is he going to remain in P10? Let's have a look. Liam Lawson heads to the line in the Red Bull. And that is disappointing. He does not improve. So it's P8 for Colapinto, P9 for Maloney, and it is a pole for Charles Leclerc. As we said there, Charles Leclerc on pole, Lando Norris second, Max Verstappen third, Lewis Hamilton fourth, Oscar Piastri fifth, Sergio Perez in the Mercedes sixth, Fernando Alonso seventh, and a top 10 start for both drivers for us. Franco Colapinto P8, Zane Maloney P9, and Liam Lawson rounds out the top 10. Let's have a look at strategy then before getting into this Chinese Grand Prix. Okay, strategy for this one. It's a 2-stopper for both drivers, slightly different on the compounds and the strategy. So Colapinto's going to go softs, boxing at lap 17 for mediums, then finishing on a set of softs. Maloney's going to go on hards a little bit longer to lap 20, switching over to the mediums and then finishing on the softs. Let's see how we go then, starting P8 with Colapinto, P9 with Maloney. Here we go then. We're starting 8th for Colapinto, 9th with Maloney. Or was it the other way around? I think it was 8th for Colapinto, 9th for Maloney. But anyway, it's a Ferrari to get us underway with Charles Leclerc. Yes, indeed, it is Colapinto 8th, Maloney 9th. And let's see, last time out in Australia, we fell away with race pace although Colapinto did hold on to points. But Maloney drastically fell away, so let's see what we can do here today. And Colapinto already challenging Fernando Alonso, but Fernando Alonso not enjoying that, and he comes back through. Colapinto remains P8. Maloney's dropped a position to P10. He is the only one on the hard tyre, so again, might be a bit of a struggle on this opening stint. Thoughts on the race in Barcelona? Craigie, thanks for the follow. Yeah, Barcelona at the weekend, as Colapinto has now moved back past Fernando Alonso. Barcelona, yeah, it's pretty, I wouldn't necessarily say dull, but not too much is happening until Max decided to entertain us all. So, anything I say about Max, whether it's right or wrong what he does, it would be a very boring grid without Max Verstappen spicing it up. And the only thing I do like about... No, that's harsh. It's not the only thing I like about Max. But one thing I do like about Max, as he will fight for a position, you know. None of this, like, it's not our fight, let him go, and that kind of... I hate to see that on the modern grid where they just, you know, a quicker car's coming through. And because it's going to be detrimental to their tyres in a race, it just kind of waves on by. So sometimes, you know, if a Max Verstappen starts in 16th or whatever... It's not too hard coming through the pack because no one really fights him because they think it's not going to be my fight. I'm just going to waste tyre life. But Max Verstappen will give anyone a fight at any time. And I do, for one, appreciate that. As Fernando Alonso then coming back at Franco Colapinto. And he is back past us. Maloney has dropped to 11th as well. He's been passed by Danny Rick. Danny Rick in the Mercedes. So if you're jumping in for the first time or you're returning to the series, you haven't seen the 2026 grid yet. Mercedes, George Russell, they didn't win the Constructors. Ferrari won the Constructors. George Russell, though, in the Mercedes is the world champion. And Mercedes decided to bin him off as the world champion and replace him and Kimi Antonelli with Ricciardo and Perez. Maloney's going to be under pressure here from Lance Stroll. And he is through as well. Your drivers are Colapinto and who? It's Zane Maloney, Theo. Right, Maloney is slipping down the order, unfortunately. We're going to have to ease up on the fuel as well.
Okay, do your best there. Mind you stand behind. You can have some lift
Mick Schumacher. Now, Mick Schumacher also back on the grid this year in the Racing Bulls, which they decided to promote Liam Lawson back to Red Bull after the nightmare of last year and drop Yuki Tsunoda completely, as well as Isaac Hadjar, and they've gone for Mick Schumacher and K-Mag. Right, Maloney, he's got another go here on Mick Schumacher, and they're 2 seconds off Carlos Sainz here now. Colapinto might be under a bit of pressure as we'll just watch Maloney hopefully get this one done again. Yeah, Colapinto has got Lawson all over the back of him here.
You are P13.
But he's holding on to that P8 for now. Is Lawson going to go for a lunge? He has a little look, but nothing doing. Maloney has got some tyre life, so let's use that a bit here. Try and break this DRS to Mick Schumacher, but Schumacher coming back. Is he going to go for the move? He's going to look at the outside. Not going to make that work. Let's see if Maloney can try and pull away now. So tyre-wise, Colapinto on the softs. Lawson behind him on the mediums, but has used more tyre life. Colapinto has got probably the best soft tyres on the grid at the moment, and Maloney is the only one on the hard. So not really sure where we're going to end up on this one just yet.
Try to cool down a bit more on your
Alonso
tires.
into the pit, so he is the first to stop. We said in the next couple of laps very early, and Fernando is in. Lawson still a bit too far away as Fernando Alonso is in, and he's gone on to the hard tyres. Maloney will be past him, and Maloney has actually caught up to Carlos Sainz here. Is he going to have a look at Carlos Sainz? He's having a look, but nothing doing there. As Ocon develops a fault, Teo Porcher pits as well. He's racing for Alpine. He's replaced Doohan in this 2026 season. Blade, thanks for the follow, much appreciated. K-Mag is very much with these guys as well. Sainz on 36%. He's going to be coming in very soon, so Maloney should be getting this move done.
Tires update.
Colapinto, what do we say, lap 17, so he's going quite deep really compared to a lot of these. So we're going to get undercut quite heavily with Colapinto, but we should have good tyre life towards the end. Right, Maloney's got a good opportunity
The use overtake.
to get this done on the Williams here of Carlos Sainz. Carlos Sainz struggling now with tyres, down to 34%. He may be jumping into the pits at the end of this lap, if not the very next lap. But we don't want to be held up anymore. So Zane Maloney using the battery. Now he'll use a DRS as well. And that is an easy overtake. Ocon's into the pits now. Got a yellow flag. We've got a virtual safety car. And that is going to have to be Colapinto in now. Maloney.
I'm not quite sure what's happened there.
Bortoletto's crash. Maloney, it's not good for his strategy. It's too early, really, for him to box. Oh, Bortoletto. That's a big off.
Actually, what happened?
Oh, well, I think you lost the car, Gabriel, and he is completely
That was a tough moment to
out of this
watch.
race. Bortoletto, a big off. And that is only a virtual safety car. Not going to be a full safety car. Works out well for Franco Colapinto. But Maloney, I think it's just too early. Unfortunately, everyone that's not stopped is going to be in.
Copy.
We need to increase slightly a bit more the lift off.
Copy.
Yeah, it's just too early for Maloney, really. Just have a look at what we could do with him. It's going to be way too early for him. We could swap him to an extra stop. It's 7 seconds slower, but he'll gain that. Should we try it? Let's mix it up. Oh, those softs aren't great, are they? 89%. Anyway, let's try it. Let's go for it.
Box. Box.
Copy, box this lap.
Let's box him. Let's take advantage of the virtual. Colapinto in first. Maloney's going to pit as well. And he's going to go for an extra stop now. All right, Franco Colapinto. Hopefully the pit crew, fingers crossed for a nice stop here. Going to be a busy old pit lane now. 2.3. Very nice. Might be our best ever pit stop, that. And Maloney, he's got a nice clear box now to pull into. 2.4. Lovely work from the pit crew. There we go. So Maloney comes out P16. But Gasly's got to, loads of people got to make a full stop under if this safety car clears. So virtual clears. Need that virtual to clear now, really, before the next. And it is ending. People are into the pits.
Yes,
whilst it's ending.
Copy.
And we've gone green, so they're not going to get full advantage of that in the pit lane. So Colapinto is through. And he's up to
Focus on your
P9.
face, and it will get that. Use overtake.
Copy.
So Colapinto, P9. Hulkenberg needs to stop. So does Magnussen. So does Piastri and Verstappen. Colapinto should have much better grip than the Sauber here. And we're going around the outside of Nico Hulkenberg. And we need to get this done, and we are getting it done. And Perez,
Copy.
we are battling with... Well, actually, we've got the undercut on Perez now. Or the overcut with the virtual. Because Perez was 2 seconds ahead all that first round. And we're now a second ahead of him. So that's worked out well for us. Right, Piastri is in. K-Mag, next car ahead of us. He decided not to stop under that virtual. And Colapinto going around the outside. Lovely move from Franco Colapinto. And he's up to P6 because Piastri's into the pits as well. He's lost out quite heavily there. And Alonso, who stopped a lot earlier than us. We're only 1.8 seconds behind now. Colapinto nearly into the DRS of Fernando Alonso as Verstappen and Lando Norris into the pits.
Now there's been an issue in the
Norris
pits.
had a pit stop issue. He was ahead of Verstappen. He's had a slow pit stop. And we're going to be ahead of Norris. I don't think we're going to be ahead of Verstappen, though. Alonso might be. Oh, he's nearly into his gearbox there, Fernando. But yeah, Norris has lost a lot of time there. And he's now going to have to get past ourselves and Alonso. And he's going to lose out heavily there to Max. K-Mag does now pit. So Maloney is promoted to P11. So Maloney on the fringes of the points now. And Colapinto will go to P6. And as I say, Piastri will be getting past Perez, and then he'll be getting past us, so we'll be dropping to P7. I think that's the maximum result for us today, P7. Although Lando still can't get it done on us. Maloney has got Stroll in his DRS now. Stroll is on the soft tyre. Then 6 seconds to Albon. So Maloney, yeah, he's on the cusp of the points, but...
Good job on tires at the moment.
And Lando finally passed Franco Colapinto then. As we see a replay of that.
Focus is on Lando Norris.
And Lando on the start finish straight.
It's there for the taking.
Slipstream DRS on the inside of us, and Lando in a much faster car. He is through then. Maloney certainly has not got a DRS gap on Stroll, so I think this is going to be very hard to defend against Lance Stroll here. Stroll DRS open now. And there we go. We're trying to be defensive, trying to force him around the long way. That's the way to go for us. Force him around the outside of the hairpin, but Stroll still looking like he's going to get this done. And he is, so Stroll is through then into P11, dumps Maloney down to P12. Maloney will get DRS now in return though. Can he return the favour? We're gaining, looks to be a little bit too far away, looks to the inside, but can't get anything done through there. As he looks at the inside, he's going to swap over to the outside, look for a little bit more traction around there, a little bit of a slingshot, and Oscar Piastri into P6. We've dropped Perez now. By 2.5 seconds. As I say, we've got to manage some of this tyre life towards the end here. And Piastri then is through to P6. And Piastri looking very strong in real life, isn't he, for the World Drivers' Championship? Just calm, collected, does what he needs to do. He seems to be getting that sort of 3-4 second buffer on Lando. And as soon as he's got that, he can just manage it. Lando's not really been able to really give it to him, has he? And... again, Lando not nailing the start in Barcelona, costing him really. Colapinto now under the second to Alonso, but Perez is nearly a second behind. So yeah, Perez. Good pace in that Mercedes on the hard tyre. Maloney will be, Colapinto will be on the softs at the end. But we're going to try and go for this move on Fernando straight away here. Going to use a bit of the battery, quite a bit of the battery out of here. There we go, we're gaining. DRS not yet open, now it's open. Now Franco can get that slipstream. Alonso looks to the inside, he hasn't covered it off fully though, so the gap is still there for Franco Colapinto. And we're very slow and timid. Oh, nearly a Max Verstappen there, driving into the side pods of Fernando Alonso. But we do get through. But now Fernando will have DRS in return. We're still going to keep using this battery out of here. Because as I say, Fernando's now got DRS on us. And there we go. All right, here comes Zane then for his second stop. But he's now switched over to a 3-stopper here today. So, again, the pit crew, we did a 2.3 and a 2.4, which are probably 2 best pit stops so far in this series. So, see if we can maintain that level. 2.6, that's normal. That's about normal, so we'll take that. So yeah, we should stay where we are here. I think it's going to be a little bit more than 5 seconds though, isn't it? But that's fine. The gap doesn't really bother me. The gap we're worried about is behind, and we're absolutely safe from behind. Let's just get these tyres up to 10 very quickly. Right, so Maloney's got 3 seconds to Stroll, but yeah, he's not really pulling away as quickly as we'd like. So I think beating Stroll is going to be difficult this afternoon. But he is. Unfortunately, well, I say unfortunately, he's now on these, and they are fighting each other. That's not ideal because they've got good, well, in terms of they ain't got to stop straight away here. So Maloney's got to be very aggressive here and get past both of these drivers.
Overtake available.
Got to try and do it somewhere unorthodox, like the inside here. Just send one, Zane. Too far back. Right, we need to get one of these very quickly. Crucial for Maloney's strategy here. He's just lost about half a second in 2 corners there to Stroll. Magnussen, though, is absolutely flying out of that corner. Look at the inside. Come on, Zane. Come on, Zane. Come on, Zane. Later on the brakes.
Focus on our race.
That's it. That's good work. And he will now have DRS on Hulkenberg. So this should hopefully be job done. Hulkenberg pits. So that will release us and we'll get DRS off the back of it as well. So that has worked very nicely in the end.
Try to cool down a bit more.
And Magnussen will stay with us because of the DRS, but we should be able to drop him. He's on 40% hards. Here we go. Let's see what the pit crew can do. Hopefully a nice clean stop. 2.5, take that. So Perez should be past us. But we're hoping... Oh, I don't know. It's going to be touch and go. I think these are going to get past us, are they? No, we do just clear them. So that is absolutely perfect. We're not going to get involved in any of that. Let's get these tyres up to temp. So we're 3 seconds behind Perez. But we should be able to close that pretty quickly. And then once we've cleared Perez, we're just about getting these tyres to the end for Colapinto. As Alonso now gets past Maloney as well. So Maloney loses those 2 places pretty quickly. Maloney is not fighting these guys. But really, should we have a driver that is fighting these? Because Colapinto is. That is the question for the chat. Should we try and get Kimi Antonelli in the car for the next race in Suzuka? It's an Italian team, it's Italian feel, so that would fit what we're going for, especially because we want young drivers as well. But we've got Franco Colapinto here with DRS on Sergio Perez. Not going to go... Oh, jeez. Nearly into his gearbox there. We're not going to get that done there. But we're going to try and use a bit of battery out of here.
Copy.
Perez got a good exit. Can we get close enough here? We're gaining quite significantly. We're going to the inside. Perez is not covering it off. Franco Colapinto up the inside of Sergio Perez. And we are through into P6. And Perez got 75% tyres. We might just go light for now. Right, Maloney is coming in. Stroll is pitting again. That's not expected. So we might be fighting Stroll all the way to the end here. Stroll's surely going to put some softs on as well. Oh, we're being held. We could have got out there, pit crew. Ah, they've given that to Stroll.
Okay, we'll be clear going out.
I think he was on softs there. No, he's on the mediums. Oh, they are. They are very yellow indeed.
Stroll in front.
So maybe Maloney has got a chance of Stroll here.
Car behind his signs.
All right, Colapinto has got that 2 seconds, so he can just go back to light here. Let's have a look at Maloney. Sainz has stopped as well.
Copy.
Albon shouldn't need to stop. We're 13 seconds off Albon. But that would only be for P11. Ricciardo's P10, and we're 13 seconds off that. So as I say, it's not going to happen unless Ricciardo's pace significantly drops off.
No lift off anymore.
Copy.
But Maloney, can he have a go here on Stroll? Been fighting Stroll quite a lot this race, Maloney. Maloney currently 48 seconds off his teammate, though. That's not good reading. Should be less than that once he finishes the race, but yeah, we need him to be a little bit closer than that. But here he comes, Maloney, on the outside of Lance Stroll. Lance Stroll trying to fight
That's
it.
okay.
But that one is won by Maloney, and he can continue to push on then.
Yeah, copy.
Right, Stroll on the inside, gets it done again. So, as I say, Stroll is likely to finish ahead of us. But can we get Albon, finish at least P12? But is this going to be the last race for Zane Maloney in Maserati?
Okay, do your best there. Behind you have
Have we got a Liam Lawson situation? People will say it's very harsh. 2 races in 2026 and you're letting him go. But his teammate Colapinto is on course to finish P6 in the first 2 races. And Maloney is going to be on no points and finishing, what, 40 seconds, 42 seconds off his teammate here. So it doesn't make pretty
Keep
reading.
focus on our race.
And Max Verstappen,
Do your best, man.
is he about to have a lunge on his arch enemy, Lewis Hamilton
You're doing
here?
a good
Max
job.
Verstappen.
In front of
No,
us, there
Lewis
is
moves
Albon.
quite late to cover it off. And Maloney has got back past Stroll, but again, I expect Stroll to come back at us there. Verstappen will have another chance here with DRS. But Lewis got good exit, using a bit of battery out of there, no doubt. But Max is gaining, looks to be too far back, has a little bit of a sneaky look, but nothing doing. That's Verstappen really fighting Lewis now on the outside. Max Verstappen. Oh, if these two come together, that'd be lovely for Maloney to give it a point, but Hamilton fights it hard. Verstappen has to concede, but he's going to get DRS again.
Keep focus on your race now.
Stroll has managed, Maloney's managed to keep Stroll behind. 4 votes on YouTube. Okay, I'll put a few full vote out on the community tab on YouTube tomorrow, and we'll leave it a couple of days, and then I'll go by that result. Stroll having a look, but again, nothing doing. Maloney is keeping him at bay for now. Verstappen, though, this time looks like he's going to take the lead of this Chinese Grand Prix. We thought it was going to be a 2-horse race. Lando Norris on 49% softs, and you can see him there. He's going to make this a 3-way battle. Norris is about to join the party. He's set the fastest lap. He's flying out there. He can attack on those softs. Max takes the lead, but look at Lando Norris, absolutely flying. We've got 3 laps to go. We'll keep an eye on both of these battles because we need to keep an eye on Maloney here, who's about
Focus on our race.
have a great chance here on Albon.
Overtake available.
Copy.
Verstappen leads, Hamilton second, still in the DRS. Norris not quite in the DRS of Hamilton. We are very much in the DRS
Copy.
of Alex Albon here.
Okay, to push on tires.
And Stroll is down to 47% on his mediums. He's absolutely cooked those. So Maloney's got a great chance now of actually finishing P11
Put pressure on
as he's
Albon.
on the inside of Alex Albon here. And he's going to get this done. Maloney up to P11. But it's not going to be enough today to
You're
score a
doing
point.
good job there.
We'll keep him
I don't
attacking.
want
Got a bit of fuel with
P11.
Colapinto. Let's hope Maloney can pull away. Right, Hamilton has dropped out of the DRS to Verstappen. That could be crucial as Lando Norris is flying on the soft tyres. Hamilton, good exit though. Very good exit. Norris now. DRS will open. Should start to gain. Lando looking at that red of the Ferrari and that hideous blue. And there we go. On the inside, Lando Norris. Oh, that's a corner cut. Give back the position, Lando. He's cut the corner and a half there. Lando doesn't care. He's flying. He's going to be right onto Max with DRS as well here. Lando Norris on a charge. I think he won the first race of the season. He's favourite now to win the second race. 2 laps to go.
Suggest lift off.
It's looking like a Verstappen or Hamilton win, but Norris absolutely flying at the end here.
Copy.
Can't be too
overtake
far
now.
away from Maloney and Co. Oh, no, a little bit off. Is there anything Max Verstappen can do? He's got no DRS to defend against him. This looks like it's going to be job done for Lando Norris. And Max stay with him for the final lap. That will be what he's trying to do here, or he's going to try and deploy, but it's so hard out of this corner because how long the straight is. Got to get good exit. But no, Norris is right with him. Max. Oh, Max pulls a little bit there. Norris not getting the greatest attraction out of there. He didn't on Hamilton either, but then he starts to gain down this massive straight. DRS opens now. Lando can see that Oracle getting closer and closer. He's going to go to the outside this time, but Max is too wise for that one, and Lando's going to have to filter in behind. Is he going to go for it here, Lando? Better exit there, much better exit. Max is in big trouble here. Lando Norris is going to look to the outside. Max is squeezing him. Lando Norris, though, slingshot approach around the outside. And Lando Norris takes the lead of the Chinese Grand Prix on the final lap then. Leo, you're catching P5. Look at P6. Yeah, we're not going to catch him, though, because our tyres have gone off the edge now, unfortunately. We're not going to do 4 seconds in a lap. Got close, though. Got close. Maloney's got 3 seconds on Albon, so Maloney is going to secure...
Try to cool down as much as possible.
P11, it looks like. But Lando Norris is going to win this race. He was on a charge at the end. Verstappen, 2.3 seconds off. Can he keep Hamilton behind here? Yes, Hamilton's not going to get the DRS. So that is key. If he had DRS here, Verstappen might have been in trouble. But Verstappen looks like he'll hold on for P2 then. But Lando Norris absolutely flying at the end there. And here he comes then. Lando is going to win a McLaren, I believe. That's 2 from 2 from McLaren for Lando. We'll see at the end. But Lando Norris wins the Chinese Grand Prix. Verstappen is going to finish P2. And Hamilton is going to finish P3.
Lando Norris wins it. He's first over the line.
And now can Albon... Oh, Albon's tyres are shot as well. Adam sums up modern F1. Max got the better drive, but they open a flat to overtake. Yeah, I know, Adam. I'm not a fan either. Just seeing overtakes on a straight with a front wing. But here comes Franco Colapinto. What a drive from him. He finishes P6. A great drive from Colapinto. And bags us another 8 points here today. Is Stroll going to hold on to this? Yes, he is, because Albon can't get any drive out of that corner. So Colapinto, I believe that's 2 6th place finishes in a row. But Maloney started P9 and yeah, had some battles out there, but he's not going to score points again. It's going to be P11. Is Maloney going to be in the car for our next stream once we get to Japan? We will wait and see on that one. Maloney crosses the line and it's P11. But a great drive from Franco Colapinto, who finishes P6. Well, there we go. Franco loving
really
life. And to celebrate that P6 finish for Franco, make sure to smash that like button. He's loving it.
Really, really good for the team.
Maserati loving it. Right, let's see the full classification then. Lando Norris won it, as we saw at the end there. Max Verstappen second, Lewis Hamilton third, Oscar Piastri fourth. Charles Leclerc started pole, drops 4 places to 5th. Franco, though, up 2 places from 8th to finish 6th. Sergio Perez 7th, Fernando Alonso 8th. Nice drive from Ricciardo to finish P9 and Lawson P10. And as we saw, Maloney drops 2 to finish P11. Drivers' Championship, and yes, it is 2 wins from 2 from Lando Norris. No pole positions, but he's got the race pace as Lando Norris, and he's got 2 wins from 2. Max Verstappen, 2 second places in a row, it looks like, and it looks like Hamilton 2 third places in a row. So the top 3 have been the same for the first 2 races. Charles Leclerc is 4th. Oscar Piastri jumps up 2 to 5th. Franco Colapinto is in 6th place at the moment. As I say, 2 6th places in a row. So he's got 16 points from the first 2 races. Great work from him. Fernando Alonso 7th. Perez 8th. Carlos Sainz 9th. Liam Lawson 10th. Ricciardo 11th. and the rest yet to score, including Zane Maloney. Constructors, McLaren looking good so far. Ferrari in second, Red Bull third. Look at that though, Maserati starting the season strong. We're currently in 4th position. We want to finish again at least 6th, but I do want to break into that top 5. 4th would be very nice, and it might be a possibility because Mercedes don't look to have the pace this year. So Aston Martin, Mercedes do look doable. Whether we can take the fight to these top 3, I don't know, but we have got big designs coming for race 4 or 5 of this season. So we're in 4th, Aston Martin 5th, Mercedes 6th, Williams 7th, Pick Sauber, RB, Alpine and Haas are yet to score.